Hello and welcome to this episode of Living in Tucson, your Tucson Real Estate Connection. And in this episode, I'm going to be talking about cycling in Tucson. Everything you need to know about cycling in Tucson, Arizona. Hey, Tyler Ford here, Tucson, Arizona with eXp Realty. And in my late teens, early 20s, I started cycling and fell in love with the sport. And then I left for college. I went up to NAU, which is Northern Arizona, up in Flagstaff, which is another great place for cycling in Arizona. And that's where I fell in love with the sport. So I've been riding. I've seen Tucson evolve over the years from a cycling thriving community, and it's gotten better over the years, and I'm going to explain why. But a lot of professional cyclists, pro triathletes, they come here during the fall, winter, and spring to train. So it's like a mecca, and a lot of them have homes here that they winter here to train before they leave for the season. And if you're a cyclist coming here for a destination vacation, Tucson is a great place to be, and I'm going to talk a little bit about where the best places to stay. And you can always head on over to TucsonBikeRides.com. I've got an ebook over there that explains in detail where to stay, best rides, best places to eat. So again, this video is going to be all about cycling in Tucson, Arizona. I'm going to start off, but one of the reasons why Tucson is such a great cycling community, and that is Mount Lemmon. We've got one of the iconic, most epic climbs in the US, and it's Mount Lemmon, and it's just a really, really good climb. It's 30 miles. The road's in great shape. There's a big shoulder, but Tucson sits at about 2,500 feet. The top of Mount Lemmon is about 10,000 feet. So especially in the summertime with the locals, it's a great way. We get an early start. It's a great way to get out of the heat. Within the first hour, you're up into some cooler weather. So in the summertime, it's the place to be. And in Mount Lemmon, Sunday's the big day. People park at La Buzz, which is on the corner of Tanca Verde and Catalina Highway. It's La Buzz Cafeteria. It's the Safeway shopping center. But cyclists will park there, and that's where they stage and start for the big ride on Sunday. But people ride it all days of the week, but Sunday's typically the big Mount Lemmon day where you're going to see a ton of people and various groups going up. But if you're coming to Tucson, you definitely want to put Mount Lemmon on the must-do ride. You know, one of the questions we get in the wintertime is it rideable? And it most certainly is. You know, there's going to be, if we've had a lot of rain or weather in the winter months, there's going to be typically snow on Mount Lemmon. But if the roads are clear, just be prepared to have some layers. And even in the summertime, you know, it gets cool up there. So I'm always bringing a layer. The layers are going to be different depending on the time of the year. But you know, you get to the top of that 30-mile climb, and you're working really hard and you're sweating. And when you turn around, regardless of the time of the year, it's always nice to have a layer to descend probably down to Windy Point, which is about halfway down, and then it starts to warm up again. But Mount Lemmon, an iconic, epic climb here in Tucson, Arizona, and it's one of the most favorite rides cycling here in Tucson. The next thing I want to talk about in regards to cycling in Tucson is group rides. And there's a lot of group rides, a lot of little ones here and there, but I'm going to talk about a couple of the bigger group rides. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the Shootout. And the Shootout has been going on as long as I've been cycling, over 30 plus years. And it is one of the fastest, biggest group rides in the country. So if you're looking to get into a group ride that's super fast, hard, challenging, the packs are going to be pretty big, anywhere from 60 to over 100 people. And you know, the Shootout, just to give you a little history of the Shootout, again, it started over 30 years ago, and over the last 10 years it was starting to get so big in the spring during the cycling season that we actually split it up because we were starting to get harassed by the police just because it was so big and it was taking the entire road. So now what we have is the Old Man Shootout and then the Shootout. The Old Man Shootout starts 15 minutes before the main Shootout, but both rides are super hard, super fast, and the old man shootout, which I'm now starting to do, I'm over 50. It's still awesome and still fast. But again, it's an epic, hard group ride. If you're not used to cycling in groups and your bike handling skills are not all that great, it's probably not for you. But if you're a serious cyclist, you definitely want to hit the shootout. It's every Saturday. The times are going to vary depending on the time of the year. In the summer, it starts at 6. The old man will be at 5:45, and in the winter time at 7:30, the old man is at 7:15. So if you Google the shootout, you'll get a lot of information about the shootout. But if you're coming here and you want a hard ride, fast ride, it's about 60 miles, and depending on the time of the year, you can go to Madera Canyon. There's a lot of extra things you can do to turn it into a century, or whatever mileage you want. But the shootout itself is about 60 miles, and it's going to take anywhere from probably about 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes. But again, if you're coming to Tucson and you're a hardcore cyclist, the shootout on Saturday is definitely a ride you want to go do. The next thing I want to talk about is one of the best things that Tucson's done for Tucson, and they put in what is called the Loop. And we've got the Catalina Mountains and the Rincon Mountains, and so they're pretty big mountain ranges, and when it rains or we get snow, we get a lot of runoff, which has created these washes here in Tucson. They're not rivers, they don't run all year round, but they definitely flow when we've got a lot of rain. But what Tucson did is they converted the banks of the washes into the Loop, where it's all paved, and I think we're now up to about 150 miles of pavement on the Loop, where you can do a ton of different rides. I mean, the actual Loop is about a 60-mile loop that people do, but it's a great ride. It's a great way to connect. And right up here in there, there's a link over to a video that I did on the Loop, and you can learn more about the Loop by just clicking above. But again, the Loop is one of the best things that Tucson's done for Tucson, and it makes it really easy and really safe to get out on your bike and not have to deal with traffic light or cars, or get to the shootout or to the Mount Lemmon, depending on where you are in Tucson, fairly easily. And it's just a great place. And again, it's one of the best things that Tucson's done for Tucson. A couple website resources that I'd like to share with you are, the first one is ArizonaBikeRides.com. It's a great resource for finding all the best bike rides here in Tucson. And in this search, if you just type in best and hit enter, it's going to take you over to right here. There's a blog post, best bike rides in Tucson, and it's got a list of all the best bike rides here in Tucson. So great resource, Arizona Bike Rides. And then if you're a triathlete looking for a really good master's program to swim at, I've been swimming at Fort Aquatics and the master's team there for over 30 years, and it's a really, really good program. So head on over to fortaquatics.com, and it's got all the information you need if you're looking for a pool. But they've got 2 workouts Monday through Friday in the morning and the noon, and then typically 1 workout on Saturday. So both these websites are really good resources if you're coming to Tucson for cycling, and then also triathletes looking for a pool. Now I'm going to talk about the best places to stay or live if you're coming to Tucson, either for a cycling destination vacation, or if you're thinking about moving to Tucson and you're a cyclist. And right out of the gate, I'm going to let you know I'm biased. I live on the east side of Tucson. I grew up on the east side, but if I were to give anybody advice, and if I didn't grow up on the east side and I was a cyclist, I would definitely choose the east side as the place to be from a cycling standpoint. And there's a couple different reasons as to why. Number one, it's really close to Mount Lemmon. You're out the door into the base of Mount Lemmon very quickly. And regardless of where you are in Tucson, the nice thing about Tucson is you don't typically have to put your bike in your car to get to where you want to go from a riding standpoint. And the Loop has really helped for that. You can get on the Loop and get to anywhere you want to go. But the northeast and east side of Tucson, in my opinion, is the place to be. So if you're wanting to move here, I would look at the northeast and east side. And then if you're coming here looking at maybe an Airbnb that is the place to be. And the other reason is one of my favorite rides is Saguaro National Monument East. Above here, there's a link to a video that I did about Saguaro National Monument. But it's one of my favorite rides in the summertime, and it's an 8-mile loop. You need a pass to get in, and they do charge you. I just get the annual pass, but it's an 8-mile loop, and we'll do multiple loops in the monument. But it's one of my favorite summer rides. So again, if you're coming to Tucson and you're a cyclist, I would look to stay either northeast or east Tucson. Hey, if you're a cyclist and you're thinking about moving to Tucson, keep in mind we've got a 16-foot box moving truck that you're more than welcome to use if you use us to buy or sell a home. And keep in mind, even after the fact, down the road, if you ever need to move appliances or furniture, you're more than welcome to use our moving truck. Hey, I hope you liked this video about cycling here in Tucson. And do me a huge favor if you liked it. Give me an internet high five by liking the video. And if you have any questions or comments about cycling in Tucson or Tucson real estate, go ahead and comment below. And for more awesome videos about living in Tucson, your Tucson Real Estate Connection, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. In the meantime, make it a great day.